Good morning and welcome back to Bali. This morning I decided that I wanted to do something a bit with the core. The core is a very vital part of our practice, especially if we're learning to do inversions. Really it's important if we're trying to do anything in our practice because we need to know how to hold our body upright with our core instead of with momentum. So instead of swinging our body back and forth, we use our core to draw up and create strength in our practice. So we'll move through about a 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more long core practice this morning. And hopefully this will help you. You can go through these practices many times over if you want to make it an hour-long practice. But generally just really using your strength here and not momentum to draw the body up. So I'll cue you through that as we move through the practice. Let's go ahead and start on our backs. So laying down nice and long. And just taking a mini Shavasana here at the beginning of practice. So letting the legs be nice and long, letting the arms take up space. And just letting yourself fall into the body, becoming aware of the breath, equal inhales and exhales through the nostrils. And then bend the knees. Plant the feet about hip-width distance apart. And let the knees fall to the right. You could cactus the arms here to create more space for the knees. Let them fall to the left. Just keep moving from side to side here. Come back through center and pull knees into the chest. Nice tight squeeze around the knees and just go from left to right here. Massaging the spine, the sides of the ribs onto the mat. And then drop the feet back down. Let the knees go wide. Clasp the fingers together and begin to point forward. As you do this, pull the shoulders off the mat and take tiny pulses. So pulling shoulders off the mat. Fingers pointing towards the feet. Maybe the feet lift just a couple of inches to make it a little bit more difficult. You can keep them planted on the ground. And we move here for 15 pulses. Really engaging the lower belly, pressing the lower back down to the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Laying back down, pull knees into the chest, nice tight squeeze. And then lift the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Hands tracking alongside the body, pull the shoulder blades off the mat. And lower the legs just about 30 degrees. Lower another 30. Really plug the lower back down here. Lower to a hover. Look at your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull back up. Stay nice and straight. Don't pull knees into chest just yet. Heels together, toes out. Hands alongside the body, shoulder blades off the mat. Lower 30 degrees. Lower another 30, plug the lower back down. Lower to a hover, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, keep the legs nice and straight. Toes together this time, heels out, arms alongside the body, shoulder blades off the mat, lower 30 degrees. Lower another 30. Lower to a hover, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift back up, knees into chest. This time breathe for a moment. So just doing our best to really engage through our core. If there's moments where you need to take a breath or a rest, do so. But when you come into the posture, really use those deep abdominal muscles. Lift the legs straight up once again, in line with the hips. Reach up with the arms, and take the left hand to the outside of the right foot, shoulder blade off the mat. Come through center, right hand to the outside of the left foot. Keep moving back and forth here, really engaging through the center to bring shoulder blades off the mat. We keep moving for 20 pulses. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the feet come down, knees bent. Let them fall into each other here, constructive rest. And the arms can just bend at the elbows out the side, cactus arms. So my necklace has become my arch enemy in this practice and wants to stab me between the shoulder blades, but I don't want to take it off, so I'm going to endure it. I'm going to endure the pain. So take a deep breath in here, deep breath out. Bring your hands at the back of the head, clasp here. Bring the shoulder blades off the mat, bend the knees, and let the feet come up parallel to the mat here. 90-degree bend in the knees. So supporting the back of the skull. Inhale, straighten the right leg, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, left leg straightens over to the right. Keep moving with your own breath through center. Shoulder blades off the mat, heading into these bicycle crunches. Really plug the lower back down. When you move through center, try to keep the shoulder blades off the mat for 15, 14, 13, slow and controlled, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest, take a breath. So just again, rocking from side to side here. So this time, knees are bent again at that 90-degree bend. Really plug the lower back down here. Nice 90-degree bend, so knees are right over the hips. Hands alongside the body, palms can slightly press in. And just bring the right toes down to touch the ground for a moment, and then inhale up. Left foot, toes come down, touch the ground, come up. So really plug the lower back down. That's the most important thing here. So again, right toes down, and up. Left toes down a little bit forward, and up. Keep moving with your own breath. And this really works into those deep abdominal muscles, but we have to make sure to plug the lower back down and really concentrate as the toes begin to come down, the lower back plugging in. We keep going for 15, nice and slow, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest, take a breath. And again, just taking a hold of opposite elbows around the knees, going from left to right. Take a hold of the back of the thighs here and begin to rock the length of the mat. So take at least 5 rocks, massaging the spine nice and long. One more rock. Come up to a seat and come back to a plank. So straight line of energy in your plank, top of a push-up. Really pressing through the entirety of the palms here. They're doing some yard work over at the neighbor's house, so you might be hearing some of that. So palms pressing in, shoulder blades down the back, belly to spine. And begin to just rock straight back and forward. And then maybe circles to the side a little bit. And really engaging through those deep abdominal muscles here. Press back, downward facing dog. So breathe here, creating that V shape with the body. Hips are nice and high up towards the sky. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, use the hips, bring them back, use core, downward facing. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing. So nice and slow, draw the hips back with just the core. Inhale, forward. Exhale, downward. Twice more with your own breath. Like a wave, nice and slow. The next time you come to plank, stay here, come down to forearm plank. So coming down to the forearms, still straight line of energy from the crown of the head back through the heels. Shoulder blades down the back, really pressing here through the forearms. Press back up to downward facing dog. You can move through plank. Inhale, forward to plank. Stay here. 5 breaths. Drop down, forearm plank. Straight line of energy here. Breathe in, 5 breaths. Press back up to a plank. And press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out here. Inhale, extend the right leg up. Press the right heel towards the sky, left heel down. Bend the right knee, stack the right hip open over the left. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Pause here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Pause. Inhale, extend. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg up. Right heel down, left heel presses up. Bend the left knee, stack the left hip open over the right. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow, pause. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left elbow, pause. Inhale, extend. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in, deep sigh out. Inhale, plank pose. Drop the hips to the right, Vajrasthana, side plank. Hips are nice and high. Left arm reaches up, find length. One more breath here, inhale. Come back to plank position, drop to the left side, hips to the left, right hip stacking on top, right arm stretching up, find length. Really press through the bottom palm here to find lift in the hips, shoulder blades moving down the back and away from the ears. Come back to plank. 2 breaths here. And press back, downward facing. Come down onto the forearms, walk the feet in for dolphin pose. So stacking the hips over the shoulders here, really press through the forearms, lift the belly, hips up to the sky. Walk the feet back, forearm plank. Big toes together, drop the hips towards the right. Back through center, drop the hips to the left. Keep moving here, creating that crescent shape as you come through the center and down. For 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down to the knees, sit back onto the heels, child's pose. So we end the practice here. But feel free to stay here in child's pose for as long as you want. And when you're ready, you'll come back up to a seat. So, thank you for getting into the core with me today. These are beautiful practices to kind of sprinkle into your home practice for yoga if you'd like. Also, this sequence I usually do 2 or 3 more times after this. If you're having a very fiery day, you can even repeat it 5 times for an hour-long practice. So it's really good to engage through the core and just build strength. Maybe doing this 2 or 3 times a week to really help your practice if you're trying to work into inversions or just wanting more strength and endurance, period. Thank you for joining me today and being patient with the chopping of all the trees around me in the neighbor's backyard. And I hope you'll join me on the mat again. You can subscribe here on my YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram at echo_around-the-world. And soon I'll be putting up longer videos as well on a subscription service. But for now, there's free classes on YouTube. There will always be free classes on YouTube. But check that out in the future. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again.